But how much of the games did you actually get to watch?
I watched the highlights of all of them.
Okay, you didn't get
I
to see
didn't
any
watch
live.
any of them live. I didn't. I woke up too late.
Yeah,
Are we on stream?
we are now on stream. Yes.
Like, okay, yeah. I I had some stuff with work, so I couldn't get up that early, and then I was finishing my what was it? My shed in the backyard, which I'm done with now.
There you go.
So that is
I
nice.
I said I was not gonna watch it. I said at
I listened to your video.
I went to bed at midnight last night. We went Emily and I went out for a nice dinner last night, celebrate, not
Mhm.
really anything, but just like to kick off Worlds basically because I'm not going to see her, she's not going to see me as much. Like we don't get much time together alone during this period. So it was like, okay, I'm going to go out, we're going to have a nice dinner, I'm going to eat well. I'm going to come home with a full stomach and a glass full of red wine, and red wine makes you a little bit sleepier when you drink. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm gonna come home. All's gonna be good. I'm gonna fall asleep. I was laying down in bed at at midnight. I was like, perfect. I'm gonna wake up at 7:15, 7 hours of sleep. I'm good. Life's good. I tried every trick in the book, like focusing on like the tip of your nose, letting it like, filter out to like try and let everything like go out of you. That way you can just like fall asleep. I couldn't fall asleep. Saved my life. Could
Yep.
not fall asleep. Then I wake up. I'm like, okay, I probably slept like 5 hours. It's probably like 5 o'clock. I'll just peep the
Yep.
score to see what's going on, see where we're at. Uh, it was in the middle of game two at 2 o'clock. I was like, okay, fuck. And the moment I tune in, MCoy has a pretty significant lead over
Yeah.
KT. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my head that entire time, you know, okay, I'll get back to sleep after I watch whether they chuck this or not at Otacon. Because like Otacon's the big moment that like
Yep.
they're either gonna win it or lose it. Chucked it right away. I was like, okay, I'm good to go back to sleep. I can I'll wake up at 7, I'll catch the highlights. Woke up. It's like, nice. It's gonna be 6 o'clock. It's gonna be closer to 7. I know it's not light out yet. It's still dark. Emily's in bed
Mhm.
now, which means it's at least past like 3:45. It was 4 o'clock and 100 Thieves was drafting. Fuck.
Yep.
I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay, don't lock your phone, put it away, don't watch it. But
Mhm.
what if I put it under my pillow and I listen to it instead of watching it and I can fall asleep to listening to it? That lasted for about 30 seconds until I heard the first kill. And then I quickly pulled my phone out and started watching it. I was like, God damn it. And then I eventually watched that, fell asleep, and I actually fell asleep then until 7 o'clock. So
That makes sense. I mean, I yeah, I did not wake up early. I was hoping I would just randomly wake up and then watch, but I ended up not. So I just ended up watching it all uh highlights wise. But I will say it was nice because I didn't see any spoilers the whole time.
really, you avoided all of them.
I I refuse to read spoilers. I don't know what it was. I didn't get pulled to Twitter. I didn't get pulled to Discord. I decided not to read any spoilers, and it worked out well.
Good for you. I know I normally have a rule during Worlds, or at least I try to, that like when I do my update videos, that like I save like a second, like 1 second of a video at the start in case people are like scrolling through TikTok. Just because I know now people watch on TikTok as well with the vertical streams. After
Yep,
that 100 Thieves win, I didn't give a fuck. I posted right away. No spoiler
I would.
block, no nothing. I was like, and I saw Shocks posting as well. I was like, do you know what? They get pissy with me. They got to get pissy with her. So I should be fine.
Yep.
And that video has like 90,000 views of me just laying in bed, half awake, eyes like half shut,
Yep.
back asleep. Like, oh man, what a morning.
I mean, I knew the second they won, I was like, great. Now we got to deal with Dave being
What do you
loud
mean? Got to
and
deal with Dave?
happy, and 100 Thieves is the last hope of the whole West.
We're not.
I was like, good gravy.
We're not. To be fair, I also had
Thank-
faith that FlyQuest might be able to do something against T1. That was severely misplaced.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
my
they did
fault.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, EU looks pretty bad outside of Imkoi showing a sign of life, but I mean, it worries me pretty bad when you get that big of a lead to start and you still get curb stomped, essentially. Like when they lost control, they completely lost control pretty much.
I mean, that
Like it
kind of
wasn't.
is MKOI, though. That's been them all year. Whether it's
Yeah,
against like Korean
yeah, that's
teams or
true.
whether it's against the shitters of EU, that's kind of what they've done.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see that boding well during Worlds for them. Now there is always a chance, it's best of ones, so weird things happen. But I mean, more than anything, like the LCP teams all being in 1-0. I mean, two of them being in 1-0 is crazy.
I mean, let's be honest. They
They got
had they
lucky
had
matchups.
easy matchups. Of all the regions,
Yes,
they
they
had
got
really
lucky
easy
matchups.
matchups.
They got lucky matchups, but we can't be too mad at their matchups. I mean, one of them was us, so
No, it
it
wasn't.
was our 2 seed.
No, it wasn't. Oh,
Secret Wales?
it's fucking Brazil. Get out of here with that
Yeah,
shit.
but that is our 2 seed.
Not by choice. That's the fucking cousin-in-law
Well,
that was brought in by your mom marrying the third husband that she's eventually going to cheat on again. Like, no.
yeah, but then by the weird rules of transitive property, somehow our 3 seed who lost to them beat the number 1 Chinese team for whatever reason.
Whatever. I don't count them. I don't. That's 100 Thieves' dumbass fault for losing them in the first place. I accept responsibility for that. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying VKS ain't beating BLG.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Nobody
agree
nobody
with
else
that.
nobody has that ceiling. We are the only ones that have that ceiling, but we also have like that
Kinda.
floor that is so far in the fucking gutter that we could lose to anybody. And it would be the most 100 Thieves thing that we pull off that win and we go 3 straight losses now to the top, to a European team, and then losing like TSW or some shit like that.
Yep.
Like that would be like the most 100 Thieves thing to do in this moment.
It's what I expect from 100 Thieves in this moment. I mean, the second you guys did that upset, I literally just sat back and I was like, dude, they stand no chance. The rest of this, they peaked so hard right there.
You
Which,
think?
don't get me wrong, you actually do. I'm memeing.
Okay.
But in my head, I was like, oh man, they've set expectations. And if there's one thing that bailed you guys out, it was not being able to swim, because then Golden Glue could go, guys, we have no expectations and all the excuses in the world. All the pressure's off. Now he's gonna be like, we won a game, pressure's on, and that's when Quinn falls apart. That's exactly when he goes bad again. When there's no pressure, he carries, triple kills, fights.
Tonight's going to be a really interesting game. A really, really interesting game because now there is, like you said, there is pressure. Like, regardless
Yeah.
of whether they see it or not, because, like, everybody's still going to pick AL, obviously. I don't think anybody and their mother is going to pick 100 Thieves to do this again. Because, you know, I'm not even going to say this part because Jat said it on the JLXP, and I think it's just giving the ops information, and I'm not distributing that again further. Or saying anything on that regard. But I think tonight will be very telling of the 100 Thieves that we will see for the rest of the tournament. Because I think AL is still going to be weaker than BLG. Like, BLG ran it this time, and I think Shadow, well, it's already confirmed Shadow's going to be playing from now on, and he will be for the rest of the tournament. Yes, he absolutely is. Thank you, Catman, for the Prime sub. BLG who? Exactly. I'm convinced that, like, the top is beatable. I was thinking that with the G2 matchup. Like, the biggest... I forget who I was listening to, but they were saying that the reason why G2 is it was Psychopathic Poro. The reason why G2 is such a terrible matchup into top is because G2 does not know how to curb early aggression and can't match it. And that's what you have to do to be able to beat top. As long as you can get past that portion of their game, you're fine. And
Yeah.
if there's one team from NA that we know on a good day can, it's 100
Yeah.
Thieves. I don't want to hear anybody, by the way. If we lose, we lose. That's the expected thing. If the scenario happens where we win and we are in that 2-0 pool and anybody says, oh, it's NA, it's fraudulent, fuck out of here. We've earned that shit more than anybody else ever has.
For real. I mean, it does throw me because, like, Ben did. I mean, the solo kill on Ben was
That was
like, I don't know
atrocious.
what he was doing. Terrible. But it is also like, I mean, BLG plays Fnatic, which I know they're playing with Shadow, and he's way better. But if they crush Fnatic, I am a little like, what is happening with LEC?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be like, dude, they're getting beaten to a bloody pulp because there's not much we can get out of G2 MCoy. I mean, we still somehow have second round inter-region conflicts. I don't get how this keeps happening.
I mean, I do agree with the opinion that I'd rather see it now than later. And this guarantees that we won't. Yeah, we will not have it in an elimination match. So that's good.
Okay, so they can't play an elimination.
No.
I guess that's fine then, yeah.
I'm fine with the no repeat thing. Like, as long as it's no repeat and you get the region
okay.
kills now, I'm fine with it. Even though obviously it's going to make for a fairly two of the matches are boring. Like, there's no reason to watch FlyQuest, VKS, and no reason to watch G2 versus. I mean, G2 Koi could go Koi's way. That one I think is actually worth watching, to be fair.
I don't get how we can't just do them not playing each other the whole time. I guess there is some weird way.
It's just
we can't.
It put it this way: if we had more parity, it would be fine. But because the odds are that Europe and North America will probably be towards the bottom, and if you include VKS in that, it gets very difficult early on to avoid it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. I mean, it's going to be interesting because, like, it's just, I don't know. We know Fly, like you said, that one's a skip. G2 MCoy can be a skip because more than likely G2 and Fly just do what they did in their home regions anyways. And then TSW KT is also like, dude, those first 3 games are tough.
TSW is getting mopped.
Yeah, I mean,
the fact that they were gifted a win by Fnatic, who'd they beat? Was it Fnatic?
They beat VKS.
Or they beat VKS. The fact that they were gifted.
And VKS, like, literally coin flipped the game at level 1.
Yeah.
And lost. And that was kind of just it. And honestly, VKS did start to come back a little bit. But they just kept choking as the game went on. It looked like, I will give Secret Wells, the one thing they can do is, with what we saw from KT, they played a bad early game. MCoy is a really good laning team, though, so Secret Wells probably isn't that good. But if they can just survive the laning phase against KT, and KT doesn't seem like a team that's going to punish them in lane too bad, their team fighting was on point. Like, their team fighting looked legitimately really good. And that's what KT was doing to survive their game. So if they can catch them, like, handshaking team fighting, and they just happen to be a little bit better that day, or the draft is a little bit better, they can maybe do something there.
I think the 3 games that you got to be looking at the schedule being like, if upsets were to happen, it causes chaos, like utter chaos.
Mm-hmm.
It would probably be G2 Koi, I think, is like the first one, because G2 going down would be wild. I do think TSW KT would be fascinating if TSW somehow pulled that off. And you have KT sitting down there. I think FlyQuest getting upset would be wild. Imagine a world where the upper bracket matchups all go to plan, but the lower bracket matchups are just weird. And you have in an elimination game FlyQuest versus G2 in an 0-2 best of 3 series to go home.
That'd be awful.
That'd be so much fun.
Be bad for my pick'ems.
Oh, it'd be terrible for my... Well, no, my pick'ems would be unaffected because I have them going out. I have FlyQuest getting out 3-2. So
I have them getting out 3-2 as well, but I want them to get to the next round and then lose that one.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I envisioned it playing out. So far, it's playing out well, pretty well.
I want to see 100 Thieves get 3 cracks at a best of 3 to get out. I don't give a shit. Like
Yeah,
we have played the most amount of games in spring or in summer. It would be so good if we ended up playing the most amount of games at Worlds
yeah.
as a result of that.
I the one thing I will say, I think I picked. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure I picked Hanwha to go 3-1
I
as my
think I
3-1,
picked
and then I
T1 to
picked
go
like
3-1.
I did Genji as my 3-0.
Mm.
But my anger is with just Zeka like completely trolling that game for no reason. How does a guy at that level do tier that late? Like, how does that happen? I feel like he's supposed to be way better than that. Did he just get
I
nervous?
I
Did he
think
forget?
look, I think
Like,
nerves are a thing. Like whether we want to admit to it or not, it is Worlds. They are like for the Korean players, you are in China on a much bigger stage than anything else that they've played in Swiss stage.
mhm,
Now's the time you do it. Like now's the, or not when you do it. Now's the time whenever the nerves really do start kicking in.
yeah. Because now they have to be AL, and I'm not like, no, it isn't AL. Is it AL?
Let me pull up
No,
I
they
have the
lost to
schedule going on.
AL.
Yeah, they
No,
lost.
they play PSG. They're fine.
Yeah, they should be fine.
But now they got to get through a bracket that I'm like, oh man, one bad draw and I'm hosed on them, which makes me sad is all. I'm not really like, ah, whatever. Gen G plays AL. That's the one I'm worried about because I'm kind of like, man, does Gen G choke against AL? AL doesn't look too bad. Maybe I underestimated them, type of thing.
I
I
mean,
I mean, I still have them getting out, but now I'm debating that 3-0 from Gen G. Also, to anybody who didn't put T1 in their like will advance, had to be the easiest pick of all time that people were overthinking. I
oh,
read a lot of people asking, are they going to beat IG? Such an overthink.
I said that from the dome.
Super overthink.
I said that from the
Like,
like they were my so easy lock for a 3-1 get out of Swiss. They're the
yep,
easiest 3-1 pick you've ever seen in your life. Because I don't know,
yeah,
like early on, I don't think they beat AL. I don't think they beat Gen G, but they will get out. Period. It's T1. Like they don't.
hmm
Now's not the stage if they're gonna fuck up that they fuck up. But
yep,
they're also not going to be at full strength right now.
yeah, that's true. That's very true. There, I was chuckling because one of my buddies texted me who like occasionally watches, and he was like, "Dude, it has to be Owner who is like the rock of T1, the absolute MVP." And I was like, I would give him that over Faker if it still wasn't for that one time Faker didn't play with that lineup. I know we're far removed from it, but I was like, I can never forget what happened that one time Faker left. And then also I was telling him how Owner gets crazy kills, bro. Like crazy kills, does great around the map, pushing the game. But that man gets away with so many smites not happening because Guma just always wins the smite battle. I don't know how it happens. And the past like 2 series, Guma's won the smite battles, and he does it the right way. I mean, they stack it, for Guma to win it. Like,
Yep.
I get what they're doing, and they're, what is it? They're just comboing damage. But it just makes me chuckle because Guma will get a million dragons somehow or Atacons, and you'll just be like, bro, how do they keep getting away with this? Like, they just keep doing it. It's so infinite.
It
It
works
really
every
was the
time though.
perfect day for hate watching until they won.
It
It
was.
would have just like that game though. Any of them could have won, and it would have been fine for the hate watchers.
Yeah, dude, the amount of Blippo TikToks I've seen in the last 24 hours because they banned all women champions was so
Yeah.
funny. I was like, oh my
Yep.
God. That's hilarious.
Yep.
People really go into town on this. I appreciate that.
Yep. It it's funny.
Oh,
I don't know. It's so tough with them to like say who's the most important because they're all so good. I mean, you
Yeah.
have to be that good to win. But it just made me chuckle because he was talking about Owner, and when I was telling him like, bro, he doesn't have to win a smite, he was like, he wins enough smites for me to be happy. And I was like, yeah, but I'm telling you, bro, as this tournament starts, you're gonna see it doesn't matter what he does with that smite button. Guma will win it anyways, and Guma's already taken like 3 objectives so far in contested smite situations, and I'm just like, bro, he just gets them all. It makes no sense.
Never
It's
fails.
so nuts. And I'm not saying owner's bad because of that. It just makes me
No,
laugh.
it's just a
Like,
hilarious side effect.
yes.
Do you
It's
think there's
obviously
any
owner is like
is there any world where
top dog.
CFO is able to beat them?
Uh no. No. I think honestly it's kind of tough for LCP. Like I don't think it could have gone any worse from a perspective of like how they won into what they got after.
Yeah.
Because there is the argument like if you play bad teams to get through first, you then just run into all hard teams, which they're pretty much going to run into at this point.
Yep.
Like,
That's
I
the
mean,
that's
they,
the beauty of these massive upset. Like for 100 Thieves, you got to be loving life because it's like you got to win over a team that you were not expected to.
yep,
It's not LCP. It's not Europe. You can like even if you get in the 1-1 pool together, guess what? You don't play BLG anymore. Like
yep,
you cannot do it, which is great. You avoid them as they ramp up and rebound from here. You ain't got to worry about it.
yeah.
Let me ask you
It
this.
would, the only thing, what?
Well, let me ask you this. So there's seven teams between China and Korea. None of them play each other, barring Genji and AL. So excluding Genji and AL, which Asian team is most likely to lose tomorrow or tonight?
Mm, is it just KT probably? A lot of these teams they're playing, I mean, Fnatic I don't think has the ability to punish PLG. I don't think PSG wanted to run into Hanwha. Top, this is no offense. I just don't see Top losing to you guys in that way. It just seems like it'd be odd if they lost that. Doesn't feel right to me. It's probably KT in the way I was saying, or I mean, Yoo-Hoo makes a good point that CFO did take T1 to 5 games. Maybe they could upset them, catch them a little comfortable right now,
You
or just on
think
a bad meta read because T1 did say they don't really know the meta right now.
you think CFO is more likely to beat T1 than 100 Thieves is to beat Top?
I think who CFO would be more
You think
likely than Top.
because that's realistically what you're saying right now is you are saying that CFO is more likely to beat T1 than 100 Thieves is to beat Top.
Mm.
I Here's the thing.
That's
I
tough.
generally agree with that. But if you're going by
I don't know when you
seeding,
put it that way,
if you're
it's
going by
killing me.
seeding and like numbers and like relative strength, like
Yeah.
personally, this is just me. I think the big three of Korea are the 1, 2, and 3 teams of this tournament. BLG I was gonna put up there for a bit, but after yesterday, I'm not at the moment. So it's like it's the
Yeah.
big three from Korea. After that, I think it is like a step down. And I think the difference
It's
between 100
yeah.
Thieves and CFO is not as big as the difference between the top Chinese teams and the top Korean teams right now. Personally.
It's hard to tell because I can't tell if Top is playing that good or if G2 is that bad. Because Top didn't struggle at all. That's what worries me. And they have a lot of like I would say stable player or they have a lot of experienced players if that's a fair way to put it. Like I don't think 369 just runs it down, you know?
Yep.
As bad as Ben was doing. I think
I'm gonna
I
get
think
something.
Cream
I'm gonna get some stats for this because Khan said, "Oh, using the
isn't
4
much
seeds,
better than
fine."
Knight.
Here's what I'm gonna do. T1 is currently the third. This has been updated as of today. T1 is the third ranked team in the world. CFO is ranked 6th. So I think it does strengthen your case. It's a 3 against 6 matchup. Whereas top is 8th. What do you think 100 Thieves is rated?
I don't know.
22nd.
Probably like 20 something. Okay.
22nd.
22nd.
Up 2 from yesterday. They have leapfrogged a LCP team that is not here and NIP, who is also not here. Those are the 2 teams that they have leapfrogged. So technically, yes, CFO is statistically more likely to beat T1 due to the proximity to seeds than 100 Thieves is to top, purely based on that alone.
I also think what makes it harder is BLG, they didn't play Shadow, right? So they played a worse jungler. And then also, like, Bin just played a terrible game. I think that was easier for 100 Thieves to punish and get to a game flow state, you know?
Yeah.
Like, just get to a good area to feel comfortable and get the silent big. I think 369, Kanavi, and Cream are going to be a lot harder to, like, let them feel comfortable. Or let them be fine with, like, slowing the game down.
I agree, but at the same time, I also think 100 Thieves is a team that does naturally thrive in the chaos. And they're willing to take those hands checks. And even if the first, like, it's China, even if the first 4 or 5 go China's way, it's not like they're not going to keep throwing shit at the wall. And that's the beauty of the kind of, like, it kind of is a mini LPL matchup in a way. 100 Thieves is basically a North American version of an LPL team versus FlyQuest, who's an LCK team.
Yeah.
So in that right, I think that's the matchup you want into the LPL.
No, yeah, for sure. That is a fair point. I guess, like, my number 1 is just KT because I think KT is beatable. I just think they are.
You think TSW? So
I don't think Wales is, like, great.
So to put it into
KT's
context,
beatable.
Wales, TSW, where are they at? TSW is 19, KT is 9.
That's not that bad a gap.
That's less of a differential than top 100 Thieves.
And then what is Flying Oyster in T1?
6-3.
That one is probably the one to go with. Then.
I mean, but if you're going by the numbers, but numbers aren't always feel. If you're riding momentum and feel, like, what the numbers don't tell you is, like, CFO's first round win was over a Fnatic that we all know is shit. Fnatic's ranked 20th.
Yeah.
Versus 100 Thieves, who beat what was the 5th place, or still is the 5th place team.
Yes.
Which it's like artificial elo. Like, you trend a different way.
And I think it's just one of those things where we're allowed to just let T1 be tourney T1.
Yeah.
This is tourney T1. This is Worlds T1. It's different. T1 is like that weird thing where, like, this is for some reason all they're good at is Worlds, which it is like the Super Bowl of League, so it's the best thing to be only good at. But they're, like, completely redefining really the idea of what matters in League. Because now we have to talk about, does it even matter if you win MSI and all of your regional,
if you keep
like,
losing
splits,
Worlds.
you know? The 2 important regional splits. Because Gen G pretty much does that on the regular, but can't win Worlds, and everyone thinks they're second fiddle. T1 can't win anything but Worlds, and everyone thinks they're top dog. So it is one of those weird things where you're, like, arguing that, but taking that and, like, going into Worlds, it's very easy to be like, I'm just going to pick T1 because that's easy. Like, this is what they do.
Look, I don't care what anybody says. I think T1 is not, like, if I'm power ranking based on Worlds, I think Gen G is 1 still. They have to. Like, you cannot ignore the rest of the year just because it is T1 at Worlds. Even if we will go into it knowing that you might pick T1 over Gen G purely because it is Worlds. Gen G at 1, T1 at 2.
Yes.
Like T1 has to be 2, and even then, there's a valid case to make them 1. Regardless of what anybody says, there's a very valid case to make them 1.
That's where I was actually trying to go with that point. Completely forgot to actually go in the right spot I was trying to get to. Glad you said that. That was the point I was gonna make. I was listening to Casual talk about after IG T1 and being like, I think T1 is now the tourney favorite. And when he said that, a lot of people in chat were like spamming like favorite Gen G. And I'm sitting there thinking though, are we at the point in League where we can honestly just say there are teams that are good at certain tourneys, and this is just T1's tourney?
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't matter where they come in. They could come from the 4th seed. They could be, it's like UConn as a 4th seed
Yep.
in the NCAA tourney, or the Chiefs as the 5th seed, the wild card
Yep.
in football. We're still going to favor them because that's who they are.
I'll tell you this.
DNA of champions.
Gen G in a double elimination tournament, I pick them every time. Every time.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, Gen G, when it's double elimination, become absolute fucking gods. And they might have like one slip up, but for some reason, that pressure feels off whenever they can have it. Like they had the slip up in playoffs against KT, but they still ran the gauntlet on the way back. They win MSI this year. They win MSI last year. But when it comes down to that single elimination, everything on the fucking line series, and nothing to hold back, and not like hey, we lost the first time, or we know this is like the final bit. Like there is elevated pressure with being in a single elimination bracket. They so far have crumbled every time.
Yep.
And whether people like it or not, like again, the odds-on favorite has not won Worlds since 2015 T1.
Yeah.
It has been 10 years since the betting favorite coming into the tournament has won.
Yeah.
That's insane. And speaks to the pressure.
That is crazy. And this isn't also a point to just be like, oh, if T1 does win, they didn't have to do much, I'm not trying to diminish their like grind to get here by saying this, because I know when I said it during MSI, a lot of T1 fans were like, when Gen G won, I was like, that shocked me, and I called it an upset. And a lot of T1 fans were telling me like, oh, you're diminishing like all the work T1 put to get to finals. And I'm like, I'm not trying to diminish it. I'm more saying like they are just the embodiment of winning to me, even if it's MSI, because they win Worlds, the most important like tourney that you watch every year. So when they don't win something, I'm impressed when somebody beats them. Now, in LCK regionals is a whole different thing. I don't really like sit there and go, wow, Gen G won another one of these, because it feels like T1 maybe isn't locking in as hard as they do for Worlds.
I mean, Joe Marsh has been very explicit that he does not give a single fuck about an LCK final as long as they win Worlds.
And that and your attitude trickles down.
Yep.
Like, it definitely does in every company, an attitude from the top trickles down. So they're grinding for Worlds. If Gen G beats them at Worlds, that's when you're like, holy cow, these guys have like ascended to their point.
And notably not in Swiss, because Gen G has beaten T1 in Swiss. So look, Swiss again is that for Gen G and for T1, Swiss is just a playground. It's a warm-up. It is nothing more than that. Like they are not worried about not getting out. They're like, that is the farthest thing from it. So all they are doing when they go into these series is just going in with the intent of making sure that they're warmed up for knockouts. I'll tell you what surprised me to a certain extent, and I'm glad it got punished at least once today. The Caitlyn picks. Do you know how much ego you have to fucking have to just... I get Caitlyn strong, but just to say, nah, we're going to pick Caitlyn, it's on you to kill us early, and we know you won't, so we're just going to win it anyways.
I do like that.
100 Thieves were the only team that had an answer to it all day.
Yeah, pretty much.
When I saw the draft and I saw what BLG went against us, and I'd watched Caitlyn win 2 other games prior to this, I was like, dude, these teams, they think we're nothing. And to their point early, we weren't. Like, we were nothing.
Well, you guys hadn't scrimmed, so they were all pretty much like, we got this in the bag. Like they were treating you like put the fries in the bag type of thing. But I mean, it doesn't always work out. Life kind of sucks
The
when
reverse Uno.
somebody shows up and they're fine. I mean, that did kill me because some people were like, "Oh man, you guys haven't even scrims. Like, you stand no chance." And in my head, I was like, "I get you gotta ramp up, right? You gotta find your meta." But I think people forget like these are 5 players who've been playing together for quite a bit now. Like, obviously not the whole year because Dokla came in, but they have quite a bit of synergy. They're professional league players. They can put something together on the dime. You can't just fall asleep at the wheel. Like it's Worlds, you do have to show up.
Yep.
You have to kind of get in and play the game and not just completely disrespect them. And it looked like BLG kind of showed up thinking, we'll put in the sub jungler, we'll get him his participation trophy because he played a game, we'll get an easy win, we'll get out of here, and we'll put back in Shadow, and it'll be fine. And then when they got the world rocked, they were like, oh man, we really screwed up. Now they have to sit here and try to bounce back, which it's obviously possible for
Yep.
them. Their next game is fairly reasonable. I mean, Fnatic isn't like if they lose to Fnatic, then BLG just sucks.
Yep.
For being honest, like
To the Caitlyn point, by the way, CFO, KT, and BLG all back to back to back played Caitlyn. BLG was the only team to lose with it.
yeah, that's tough.
I'm checking the rest. I don't know what did Top Esports play. No, they played Yanara. Other than that, it was Yanara and Zaya handshakes pretty much all day.
Which I thought Yunara got like hard giga nerfed.
I don't know if she got micro buffed again since that point,
Did
but
she?
I don't know.
Oh, you
But
don't know.
either way, she's back. She's
It did kill me the because also Pantheon got nerfed, and the casters were like, yeah, he got nerfed, but I guess the pros just play him good anyways. And they were like, they're just dominating on him. And I was like, dude, that's so crazy that like the Easter teams just show up and go, this champ's kind of bad now, but we just keep picking it because we're good at it.
Yep.
And it's like, whatever, bro.
That was
But yeah,
like
you guys killed me just being like the only team to play into the Caitlyn and actually cook on it.
the other pick. I was surprised that lost this much because I remember everybody was making a big deal out of it. How all the junglers got hit prior to this tournament, so J4 is the only good one left, and everybody had an answer for the J4. It went winless on
Yep.
the day. I was like, God damn. I saw somebody tweet out earlier today. It's like, hey, tomorrow, how about some River J4? I'm like, how about no?
Yeah.
How about we not?
Yeah.
How about we make sure we all learn the lesson from MSI and you don't pick Callista, I mean J4. How about we not do that unless you were like rock solid on it?
Okay, yeah. Butter My Tushi said Yunara got a hotfix buff the same time she got nerfed. It just wasn't on pro patch yet.
Okay, so now it's in.
So now it's on pro patch. So
Okay.
yeah. And what you said is exactly true. Like I'm just now like, yeah, let's not do the Jarvan because that you could tell. I mean, that's just how Inspired plays. When things get out of hand, that man so obviously tilts. It's hilarious. Like he just literally runs it down.
Yep.
Like when he doesn't like the draft, and it's like, okay, bro, whatever. This is one of those. And I was like, I ain't gonna sit here and pretend like I believe in them anymore. I'm watching a highlight video and I'm kind of skipping through it because I'm like, they're gonna get crushed. He doesn't care. I saw him like flag and dragging in and just dying instantly, and I was like, I'm good, bro. This one's over. This is their best player by far. Masu isn't gonna carry this game. This thing's
No.
cooked.
Who
Blippo tried.
Boibo did try. He was close. He overextended a little bit. I think had he been a little bit more patient, take the small advantages and not press it, maybe they would have been fine. But so let me ask you this. I asked you about the Asian teams that you're or that you think is like the most likely to get upset. Who, if they lose tomorrow, is it most doomsday for?
Um, I'm gonna say if they lose tomorrow, its most Doomsday for would be Fnatic, Heed. Yeah, those are probably my two.
You think
Like,
you think it's
are in
more
real
doomsday
trouble.
for Fnatic if Fnatic goes 0-2 versus BLG going 0-2?
I mean, if we're like going teams I'd expect to win, it would be G2.
I mean, like,
I think if G2 went 0-2, their confidence is shot.
so you have confidence that like if BLG goes 0-2, that they could still bounce back from an 0-2 and make it out.
Yeah, I think BLG goes 0-2. What happens is like they go 0-2 and then they play,
Three best of threes. Yeah.
VKS, MKOI, or PSG, and they get hot in that series. And then, I mean, they've done it before. They've literally been at like bottom-ish of the barrel, gotten hot against one bad team, and climbed their way out. And it's hard for me to just say like them or Hanwha. If one of them gets upset, I firmly believe they can climb out of it.
You don't believe that Fnatic, that VKS.
Yeah,
Okay,
those are the two.
Let me. Okay, let's make this question a little bit more complicated. Eliminate the
Yeah.
eliminate the easy ones because obviously we know, like, we expect VKS,
Okay,
we
I see what
expect
you mean,
Fly
yeah.
or
Make it
Fnatic, and
spicy.
yeah, we expect them to be like the weaker of them. Which of like the presumed favorites? So like G2, BLG, Hama Life, and FlyQuest.
FlyQuest.
If any of those were to lose their matchup tomorrow and go 0-2, who are you most scared for?
I'm gonna go way down the timeline with this answer as well. I'm gonna skip in the future too. The most doomsday loss would be FlyQuest. If they get bounced like early in this tourney, while they have Bwipo, Inspired, and Busio as free agents going into this offseason, it's cooked. It's genuinely
Ooh.
in a very bad place for them as a franchise. That's my big answer. That would be like if they really go out this sad and sorry, especially losing to a team that they've beaten twice now, right?
Yeah.
VKS?
Yeah,
Yeah, if
they beat
they
them
lose to
twice.
them and then they go into this offseason like this, ugh, not good.
That would
Not
be.
good
I think.
at all.
I think you're right because G2. I don't know. So I refuse to believe G2 would ever be like down and out for the count. That like we couldn't. I couldn't see them coming back, especially with how decent they do in scrims, even if they are frauds. And even if they are frauds, here's what happens next year. Guess what? If FlyQuest doesn't make it out, congrats. We tried the Scheme on Lebrov thing. It didn't really work. We're bringing in Busio. We're bringing in Inspire because they're free agents, and we're going to throw the bag at them. And if they want to replace Han Sama, go from there. Because I think like that, whether it's run his course, I don't know. BB, I think you still keep BB, but like, I don't know. I think like they're ultimately, like, it sucks, but they've also kind of had a history of losing at this stage. That it's like it's not this massive thing. BLG would literally have to like, I can't say swim home because they are home, but they would literally have to do like Cersei walk of shame home. Like, I don't like. I just don't see a world where BLG falters like that. I just don't. I can't see that for them. And then who's the other one? Hama Life. Hama Life can bounce back. Hama Life in a moment's notice could just start clicking, and all of a sudden, guess what? They 6-0 the best of threes, and it's not even close.
That's what makes it hard for me, because Hanwha and BLG, I'm like, okay, they can bounce back. Or, I mean, BLG would probably be pretty doomsday if they lost as well, because LPL like is already a struggling region. It kind of needs its good teams. Struggling financially, I mean, not like talent pool. But I don't think it's the end of the world for LPL because there's still other teams that can hold the region up, right?
Yeah.
Like, in top is still going right now, whatever. But for FlyQuest, it would be seriously doomsday, not just for them, probably for our whole region. Like, if Because, like you said, G2, if they lose, it's not the end of the world because G2 is still a premier EU rich team that can afford good players and will just offer good players to play with Caps because everyone wants to play with Caps. They'll blame it on all the other pieces on the roster and they'll just get top tier players in every other role. And that's easy peasy, move on. But you can't do that if you're FlyQuest. I think they're in a position where it's like, oh my goodness, can they hire them back? And then if they do, like, is FlyQuest really in a situation, or if they don't hire them back, are they in a situation to spend to go get the Quid or the, I don't know, for jungle, the answer to Inspired for jungle, and they already have Gakkos, so we know they're going import top. So
I mean,
if they get Quid, they have to find a local jungler.
I think what would feel really bad about FlyQuest in particular is that it's giving 2016 TSM vibes. Where like
If they did that,
no, just like coming into this tournament, where like even though they have the disadvantage, obviously, of being from arguably the worst region in terms of format, there's still this expectation of like, hey, this is a top 8 team. Like this is a squad featuring arguably 5 of like the 6 best players in our region. And if they're failing, but people of lesser, like, because 100 Thieves is always considered, quote, lesser quality than what FlyQuest has. If 100 Thieves is making a better run and looking more competitive than you are, what does that say?
Yeah.
Like, it once again shows that, like, you can, for domestic, for whatever reason, you can put the best players together and win it, but it will not translate internationally for whatever reason. But then again, we also don't, like, that's still also putting 100 Thieves well above where they should be off of a single best of 1. So I'm not, wait until after today is my biggest thing. Wait until after tonight, and then we go from there.
And for Kiki, they said how good was 2016 TSM anyways. Oh. They didn't make it out of groups. That point of it is 2016 TSM had crazy expectations.
Top 4.
Like LS talking about them possibly winning when LS was big on Korea. Like a lot of people acting like they would go far. And when they didn't, like
they put it this way,
boom in people's head of the region.
ESPN, every ranking had them 4th. The 4th best team at the tournament. Now, they got drawn into a group of death, which sucked, obviously.
Yeah.
But they were still considered the 4th best team at the entire tournament.
Yep.
Like, put it this way. If they were playing in Swiss, the odds of them not getting out of Swiss that year are next to impossible. Because the only teams that they lost to, who all was in that group again? Why am I forgetting the teams?
It was RNG and Samsung.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 teams who went deep in the tourney.
Yeah.
But the only reason I get what you're meaning by that, because you're saying this is like the position FlyQuest is in is people are now adding expectations, obviously not to the level of 2016 TSM, but they have high expectations. And not making it out of Swiss would be a problem. Like,
especially when there's an open spot. Like, I think that's what makes this more egregious. If this is a 2022 world where we're looking at C9 and saying, okay, C9 needs to step up to beat, you have to beat one of the Asian teams to get out. That's a different world than what we're saying right now, which is, hey, you just got to be able to win the games you're supposed to.
Yep.
That's all you got to do. And as FlyQuest, you are likely out. T1, I wouldn't put him in that category of, hey, they have to win this. Like that.
No.
That's not the matchup. It's more, they need to look solid tonight, and they need to look solid in that best of 1 afterwards, regardless of who it's against, because it will not be against the top team. So, I mean, they got their work cut out.
This conversation has a good point or a good probability of not playing out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is we are 1 day in. We are 1 day in and really like overreaching. But the problem, Swiss only lasts 2 weeks. Like these conversations need to happen
Yeah.
every day. It's what makes it fun.
They happen super fast.
I
It's
know.
like you gotta be begging it out, because that's why I've been dying that LCS report now, or is it still LTA on the
It's
channel?
LCS report.
I
Yeah,
don't.
more.
Okay. They
Okay.
yeah, I couldn't remember what I ended up looking up today. I think I type in LCS report now.
Yeah.
But they were talking today, and they've been talking every day, like leading in. They're going to be talking every morning, and it's like you almost have to, like,
Oh, you have
because there's so much. Like your videos have to come out every morning, because that's how I'm catching back up, listening. But it's
and
like
here's
there's
what
just
I will
so
tell you.
much.
Here's why I think it's so important is because I like today, co-streams don't do all that much for me. I can get through watching co-stream clips of the games that I want to watch in an hour. Okay. What I want is I want the conversation pieces. JLXP didn't come out until much later in the day. Luckily, I had the LCS report this morning. I don't think anybody else was really doing anything like that. No. Was there any other? I think Yamato might have had one. Professor had his recap out where he was talking about it, and Glazed Hunter, he was. I think he gave Dokla the only like five-star rating of any player yesterday, which
That's funny.
we'll get into Dokla later in a minute, but I want that type of stuff. I want the Pat McAfee show, the talk shows, like the stuff that I can listen to throughout the day. That's just like casual bullshit hypothetical conversations, and I was fiending for that earlier and could not find, like, there was not enough of it out there for me. I could have consumed
Yes.
so much more.
I had the same problem because I was finishing my shed today. I was looking for more content, and honestly, it was hard to like find that wasn't just listening to co-streamers like recapping. It was just a video of the co-stream,
Yeah.
and like they're hardly cut up. I mean, the casual stuff is like 3 hours long. It's
They did
like,
have timestamps, which I will say was great. I loved how
Yeah,
they all
that
did
is
it. But like,
nice.
I would watch the 100 Thieves one. Like, once I watched the game once, I don't need to see you reacting to that game in many different ways,
Yeah.
unless there's like I went and rewatched every single clip of every co-streamer whenever Golden Glue and Spooks stood up and like got in each other's faces like NFL football coach style.
Yes.
I watched every single person's reaction to that. But that after that, it's like, okay, now I want to hear people talk about it. I want to hear the analysis. And that's where I think we're like severely lacking. Where Call of Duty has it, we got the LCS report, which is great. But we don't have anybody that does it like the flank. The flank is like my go-to, like every single day after champs, they're live for 2 hours, breaking down hypotheticals of what's to come and like who's doomed, who's not. Like, I love it. And I need that. I need somebody to just do like a full 2 hour long, not preview, but reaction to everything. Maybe I missed it. Did
would be
Summoning Insight do
nice.
anything? I didn't see. Did Last Free Nation have anything?
I don't know. I don't watch them. I probably never will.
They had a mega preview yesterday. No, they had nothing today.
I'm not gonna listen to Thorn and Monty. I'll die before I do that.
I will say something interesting did just come out an hour ago.
What?
The Worlds 2025 Swiss Stage Day 2 preview. Do we want to watch it on stream together?
Yes.
All right, hold up. Let me swap us over. I think I still have. Do I have the reaction version? Oh, boom, I do. Nice. Let me share the screen. Share that screen. I will make this big. There's that. And then I think stream should be able to see. Yeah, stream. How about now? Okay, yeah, there we are. We're there. Let me make sure the volume's on. Stream, let me know. Can you hear the volume of this? Let me know. It's good? It's good.
Hey, it's Nate with Superfast CPA. And
I don't
this
have
is my
YouTube
official
Premium.
NASBA
Spare
score
me
sheet.
the
If you
fucking
do math on
lectures
those
on
dates,
getting ads.
You'll see that it's 3 months.
Here we go.
The feeling for the Swiss stage is you can get any rival from the tournament, but I don't really care.
We are fucking winning.
My number one goal is to go big or go home.
People don't have high expectations for LEC, but I'm looking forward to proving them wrong.
We don't need to win every match. That's not what Swiss was made for. We just need to win the battles that we choose.
It's not like we can take any fight we want and we are gonna win it. We definitely have to fix some mistakes if we wanna contest the best teams.
긴 여정을 앞두고 있지만 천천히 한 걸음씩 나아가겠습니다.
就是因为今年的比赛在中国嘛，所以就想守护荣耀打出风采吧，AFL战队。
일단 눈앞에 있는 대회에 당장 열심히 집중해서 이기는 게 뭐 첫 번째 목표인 것 같고.
因为我之前在联赛里面说自己想成为最棒的辅助，可惜没有做到吧。希望这次世界赛能够还要坚持这个目标，在世界赛上做一个最好的辅助。
We have a lot of chances to still make it. We are gonna come more motivated and prepared.
I don't see why we have to prove everyone wrong. This is our last time together. We're gonna do it for ourselves.
就是我们在之后也会去打得更好，然後去好好調整自己的狀態，展現出BLG 該有的水平。
Mình vậy thôi chứ sức trẻ với lại sự máu điên của tụi mình rất là gớm trong cái quá trình thi đấu nên là hãy cẩn thận với tụi mình.
저희가 아직 준비한 실력을 제대로 못 보여드린 것 같아서 이제부터라도 잘 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
지금 단계에서 그냥 저희가 또 사시대로 왔기 때문에 그냥 도전자의 입장으로 하는 느낌이어가지고 그냥 챔피언을 지킨다라는 그런 부담감을 가지기보다 더욱더 올라갈 수 있게끔 최선을 다하는 중인 것 같습니다.
大家都是1-0的队伍，然后我们会打出一场精彩的比赛。
虽然大家对我们的表现不是那么看好，但是我们接下来的表现会让你们刮目相看的。
Alright.
That went hard.
I'm fucking hyped. Oh, Jesus.
That went incredibly hard.
Oh, man, I'm so ready. Holy shit. Give me to tomorrow, please.
Dude, I don't know. AL actually, that was a lot of ore in there. I'm worried about Genji. I didn't like that.
I tell you who I'm most worried for. CFO. I'm taking back everything that I said about them being closest in rankings. I saw Guma up there on the Great Wall of China. Fuck that. Give me 100 Thieves over top all day. Give me 100 Thieves over top. I ain't touching T1 after seeing that. There's no way.
It's crazy. Fager's been around so long at this point that he's in like that weird Tom Brady, like Mahomes area where it's like you don't even talk about him now. Because like all the guys around him are awesome and that's the storyline now. But like at the end of the day, you remember when you start watching the game, you're like, oh my goodness, Faker is in this game. They're so host. Like, because they already have like Carrier, Guma, Owner going crazy. Doran's actually looking stable.
For now.
And then you're like, oh, and yeah, their mid laner is like the greatest player of all time.
Yep.
Like at the same time. It's like, oh my goodness.
Okay, so let me clarify this because there's some discussion going on in the chat right now. The clips that they're showing are all from Media Day. The voiceover lines are current. So what they do is like the writers, like none of that's come up with by the players unless, I mean, maybe the players can have like some little input, but for the most part, it is just writers that are there and they get the players to say the voice lines at some point. And like they're developing that script throughout the day. So that's that.
Yeah.
Also, that 100 Thieves, they inserted that voice clip perfectly.
They 100% did.
Kicking the crap out of them. God damn.
Dude, that went so hard.
I mean, it goes as hard. To Khan's point, I get they're not actually going at the other teams, but you don't have the capacity to. Like, think about it. Think about the effort that goes into making those trailers each and every day. Think about how difficult it is to get the, like, they need to come up with like a one-liner that happens almost immediately after their game is done, because the players are then going to go leave and do everything else, and they can't get them to come back to do a voiceover line. Like, I promise you, they have them say just like a bunch of different cuts of one-liners right after the series is done, and that's it. And then they pick and paste them all together to try and put some sort of narrative. Now, quarterfinals and like the knockout matches, yeah, like they actually spend time on lengthy pieces. But in Swiss stage, you don't have that time. At least for the first 2 days, you don't. Make them stay for the draws? No, dude, you can't make a team stay for the draw. Think that's an 8-hour difference between the first game and the last game. You can't make them do that. Absolutely fucking not. They got to go back and scrim. Teams are scrimming before their matches. Teams are scrimming afterwards. Fuck no, they're not doing that.
Well, they said that today.
What?
Did you hear about that?
No.
KT and who's playing again? I think, or no, was it yesterday? No, it was today. Fnatic and BLG, I think, or maybe it was KT and Secret Whales. One of those two were in a scrim. Like, they were drafting in a scrim, and then they look over, and like one of the coaches is like, "Oh, we have to play each other tomorrow," and they just stopped scrimming right there. Like, they both just left.
Oh yeah, no, that was the first day. That was the first day whenever they got the draw.
Yeah.
Khan said have them scrim at the venue. Do you realize the space capacity that has to happen for that? You have 16 teams at this tournament, and they don't house all 16 at one time because there's
KT and Koi. Okay,
there's capacity issues behind. Like, there's not enough space behind the scene or behind the thing for them to have all of that equipment going, and to not have to not have tech issues. Like, there's not enough people and money on that it's easier to just let them go to where they're training, which is pre-set up, and they do have people there to monitor that. There's no logistical way to make Khan's point work. But
yeah, and I mean, it just is what it is. Like, you need to record it right there because you do have to let the players go back and get their rest and all that, or just do their own thing. But those go so hard. I mean, those videos
they hit for me every time. Even if it's mumbo jumbo bullshit, like that mumbo jumbo bullshit works on me.
Yeah, I'm not even ready for. I don't know if you saw the teaser for Starting 5 from Netflix.
Is that the Olympics?
No, it's the NBA one.
Oh no.
They have like Durant, Halliburton, and SGA, and a couple others. I can't remember who, but somehow they got lucky enough that two dudes in the finals are in it. But apparently, like, one of the episodes ends with Halliburton. Jaylen Brown is another one. But it ends with Halliburton like tearing up, like talking about his ACL tear or his Achilles tear, and saying like, "I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do this for the whole city. I'll put it on my back and I'm doing everything in my power." And it's something like that. Like, just talking about how ever since that moment he's been grinding. And all he's trying to do is get back out there to win it for the organization that believed in him the most. And I was like, bro, you don't gotta hit that. Like, I told Sam, I was like, I don't even know if I can watch this. I was like, I'm gonna cry, like, watching that. It's gonna hit too hard. I was like, I don't know if I can handle that. And that's why these teasers are so good, because if it's your team, bro, it can get deep quick. It can hurt. It can hurt so bad. It took me a year to watch 2016 TSM Legends.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it until the next season, or like the year after.
Until
like,
it was like
that
far enough
summer
removed.
split ended. Yeah. When they won LCS again in 2017 or whatever, or maybe that was what they did 2015, 2016.
Yep.
Yeah, when they, like, after I went to whatever, I think that's what it was, LCS finals in Detroit or something like that. That was when I finally had the courage to watch it, and I accepted it's over. I was like, we're far enough removed.
Oh man. I don't know.
Sports stuff can be so painful, man.
It can.
That's why I love Swiss. It moves so fast.
I fucking love it. I love it. I talked about that on my TikTok earlier today. Somebody's like, "How do you feel about it?" It's like, bro, those draw shows are dopamine that you just do not get elsewhere. You don't.
They are.
Like, it's just, do I wish it was full best of threes? Yeah. Do I wish it was, slightly different seating? Maybe. But it's just good drama. Like Worlds,
It's
it's just
great
Worlds
drama.
is like a 1 month fast sprint, just dramatic series the entire time. And every
Yep.
day there's something with it. Every day there's storylines, there's headlines going into it. It's just, I love Swiss Stage so fucking much. Who do I think
Yeah,
the best
it-
team is right now? Ooh, that's a question for you too. After you finish your point.
Well, just there are some times I will say like Swiss is a grind to the point of like I do get sleepy watching all those games back to back to back. It's rough, but when it's in our time zone, it does feel incredible
Yeah.
because you actually get to participate in it. That I do. I don't know if you could really make it much better just because of how it's built and how fun it is.
Yep.
But it is one of those things. It's like it feels like college basketball on those Swiss days where you're just grinding through league games, and it can be incredibly fun.
Wait until next year when it's in prime time for us.
I know that will hit,
Oh, dude, it's
That'll
gonna
hit
be, it's gonna be
hard.
so nice. I cannot wait.
and I'm kind of debating if I'm just gonna try to go to finals. Like because that's I think the one I want to block out for. I want to see that
Hmm.
opening ceremony really hard.
I think seeing an opening ceremony in person and watching them online, I will say some of them are better watching online. The show is
Really?
just better on camera. Yeah, I think 2022 was like the music hits hard when you're there, and it was great.
Mhm.
I think that was probably one of the weaker, but I'm thinking like last year, from what I've heard from people that were in the venue, they said that like the on stream thing was better. But the thing I will say, hopefully for you, and I will, I'm going to try my best at this. I know finals tickets are going to be very tough to get next year.
Yeah.
I mean, we have no clue. Strike my words. I will try and make sure that you have a ticket, no matter what.
Yeah.
If I can't get you in with me for press or as a creator, I will make sure. Like I'm gonna try and say that you're my cameraman, and you might actually like have
Yeah.
to film some shit for me to like help me out.
Yep.
But we will try. I will try everything I can to like have you and I in there.
It would be so sick.
Here's my
I
pick.
just want to. What?
Oh no, go ahead. I was gonna go on a tangent.
Well, I was just saying because I know I'm gonna have to figure out my vacation around there, but luckily it's usually just that one Sunday, so I think it'll be pretty easy to pull it off.
Yeah. For
That's
final,
what
oh
I'm
yeah,
excited
for
about.
finals you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know where they're gonna do the Swiss stage. That's the only thing that I'm like. If I have no insight to where Swiss is gonna be at fucking all. If I had to
Yeah.
guess, it's probably gotta be like Texas, maybe Chicago, maybe. It's
Chicago
hard.
would hit.
It's hard. So you need like a 3,000 person place at max. Can't go any more than that. I mean, well, to be fair, we did the Madison Square Garden Hulu Theater, which was like 5,000 capacity, but I think 3,000 is perfect. But you also have to make sure you are not in an area that conflicts with like hockey. Like it can't be in a stadium. We know that. I think quarters and semis is going to be the hard one to plan. What stadium do you find that doesn't have basketball or hockey going on in October for a week straight?
Yeah, you're right.
That's hard. I mean, I'm sure they're on it now, obviously. I will disclose now publicly that I have had people send me
Yeah,
rumors
that's true.
about where things may or may not be next year. I'm not going to say more than that because I can't look into shit. I'm just saying that people have sent me shit.
Yeah.
But like I'm trying to do the mental gymnastics myself and try and figure it out.
Yeah, I really just want to know where finals is because that
We'll
would
know
make my life a lot.
I promise you we will know
No,
by
yeah, we
finals
will.
weekend this year.
Yeah. That's what makes life fun. But this Worlds has been like so good again.
Yes.
Just to get to watch the game be played like this. Like there's something about Worlds, it's just 10 times better than MSI. I don't know if there's any way they could ever get him aside of this level. It just feels so much better to watch Worlds.
You want to know what my dream would be? And I know this won't happen because Worlds 2022 already had their group stage here. Swiss stage in New York at a Broadway theater, rented out for an entire 2 weeks for that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me draw the balls. Let me do it. They're not. They're obviously not. But I'm just saying, like, let me draw the balls. Obviously, they're bringing like a double lift or like a beer. I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm the New York guy. I'll buy a fresh pair of Timbs. I'll walk up on that stage, full New Yorker, full flicking like if I see a Chinese sign at all, immediate middle fingers to everybody. Whole thing. Obviously, I won't do that on broadcast.
No, if it's in New York and we're doing Swiss stage, that's G2's headquarters. That's G2's region. Why aren't we bringing back Carlos to draw the balls? Are we not bringing him back to draw the balls?
Soul
Am I wrong?
Soul said finals will either be in LA or New York. There's no fucking way it's in LA. No chance it's in LA.
New York would go very
It was in
hard.
San Francisco last time. There's no way.
Well, they just please no California.
No, please. Please make an East Coast final. I beg of thee.
I would take Chicago too. Chicago.
I already told
I
Emily.
don't think there's enough league people there.
I already told Emily the week of finals next year, I'm already taking off work. I don't know what here's the thing. I don't know what the capacity is going to be for like everything else. I mean, ideally, if I can take like 2 weeks or however much time is needed, because I'll hit my 5-year mark at Disney, which I don't know if that gives me an extra 5 days of vacation or not. I don't know if that was the 10-year mark or 5-year mark. Not sure. But I'm going to try and make it out if I can to Swiss for portions of that. Hopefully, with it being an NA and sponsor activations and everything else, hopefully I can get somebody to help cover that, because I got lucky in 2022 that the group stage was in New York, because that was 12 days here that I didn't have to pay for a hotel room or rent or anything. I was just here. But my assumption, as I've been saying for a bit, is that I think either quarters and semis or finals will be in New York. That's like the common sense guess, because we already had group stage last time. And because of that, whatever week that happens, whether that is quarters and semis or finals, I am taking that entire week off of work. And I will be there. If it's quarters and semis, I'm just going to be at the arena the entire time and like filming content there and doing whatever. Because obviously, I don't have to worry about rent or anything else, whatever. If it is finals here in New York, I hope people understand the amount of activations that will happen in the week prior to that. And Riot, look at me. Riot, I've been preaching to you for 4 years now for a live night of League of Legends music at Lincoln Center. And you have not done that in 10 years. If you are doing finals in New York City, get Lincoln Center for one night, a red carpet affair. Shox can host, as she did in the past 10 years ago. Let's have a night of League of Legends music in addition to all the other activations, because you best believe if Red Bull wanted to work with me back in 2022, anybody can hit up my line. I will work that entire week. I will make sure I take off work. I'll work whatever activations you want. Get as many people as I can there. Everything. But get me that fucking night at Lincoln Center for a night of League of Legends music. We will sell that. I will sell that shit out quicker than finals. That's a lie, obviously, because finals tickets will be sold out in 2 seconds. But you get my point. I will sell that shit out so goddamn quick. I will cry. I will cry myself to sleep if they make that happen.
That would be sick.
And imagine let us give me an idea. Imagine that night is also the night that the trophy arrives in New York. The trophy is like elsewhere for like the long because obviously it's in say we use 2022 as an example, and say they do like Atlanta or like Chicago or whatever city it might be for quarterfinals and semifinals. Semifinals wraps up that Sunday. You have 1 week until the following Sunday until finals. You have that music night on Wednesday, and that Wednesday officially marks the start of all the festivities that would happen for the week. And you have that live concert, and then in comes the trophy presented in New York for the first time, and that kicks off the week of festivities. Oh man, am I getting myself hyped?
That would be cool.
Fucking dude.
I'll give you that. That would go incredibly hard.
League of Legends movie premiering nights. I mean, if they have a movie, fine. I'm down. Like, you name it. Rent out Lincoln Center. Same thing. Where do you think the Batman premiered? Lincoln Center. We rent out the same shit. I'm telling you, I got this shit park. Easy walk right nearby. Everybody has a good time. Many people still have to work that entire week, so we can't go too hard. But there's consistent events throughout the time. Oh, man. I'm getting myself hyped for next year, and we're not even in the second day of Swiss this year.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that would be super hype.
Is there any other topic around Worlds
no
that I'm forgetting other than Dokla? Because Dokla is the only other thing that I wanted to talk about.
No.
All right.
Not for me, no.
Is Dokla... somebody mentioned it in my Twitter reply earlier. Do you think Dokla has the potential to be the next Cadril?
I don't know about that big.
I don't think that big either. I don't fully know that he's got that personality.
Maybe
but
the next double lift?
Cadril wasn't all that wasn't as outgoing whenever he was on broadcast either.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say his numbers and like his understanding of social media, while basic for now, is improving. And I think if he can keep improving at it, I'm not saying he'll never be the next Cadril, obviously. I don't think there will ever be another Cadril. But I do think he's exactly what North America needs right now. And maybe that will usher like somebody else, like the next generation in if he can't do it. But like not even his, like, I don't think his streams are all that. I think his personality is very dry for the most part. But he's got a good sense of humor about him, which makes him good for YouTube content, for short form content around the league. He needs to keep playing for a bit. I think he's still got quite a few years left of playing. And this World should lock him on a team for next year without question. But where it goes from there, I don't know. I just like what he's doing on a content front. And I wanted to give that a shout out.
It is very good. I will say you are right, like he's doing really good at knowing the algos and what people want to see. I think it would be, I don't know, that's just so hard, bro.
You got to go above and beyond to hit Cadril level, and nobody in the space is doing that at all.
I think he has the personality that he could keep going.
He's got that dry sense of humor that comedians have, which isn't necessarily going to translate well to a good stream personality. I think that's an entirely different thing. However, I could see him doing well on broadcast with some dry, if he works on his presentation, if he works on, just embracing his personality more in that sense, he could be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But at a minimum, I love what he's doing in the space in terms of like these morning videos, even if they're facetious. Like, I just like what he's doing when nobody else is doing it.
Yeah, I think he's doing like stuff like Surdy was doing.
I think it's even more.
Well, because it's Worlds, so he's going to get more engagement. But I just mean he's like trying to get Twitter stuff. He like understands the trends. He understands how to build a social following, and that's good. I mean, it made me chuckle because that post he made went bigger than when he won.
Yeah.
Like LCS. Like it went bigger than that. So I think that's kind of hilarious. I mean, definitely if he can use Worlds to propel himself, then yeah.
Yeah.
That's a genius move.
And I think
I do wonder how long he's going to keep playing, though.
At least next year, minimum. At least.
Yeah, I think somebody's going to give him a job.
There's no way you don't.
at this point.
There's no like
Yeah.
you'd be stupid not to if you're a top team. If you're
He
Sentinels,
can't be that expensive.
no, I mean if you're Sentinels, I think the two players that you're throwing the bag around are Quid and Dokla right now. I don't think you overpay for Dokla, but like Quid obviously is like the focal point of your money. But Dokla 100% can embrace content.
Yep.
Better than most.
Yeah. No.
I'll tell you what. This might be a bold statement because I'm not a player guy. I have not been for a while. Or never really have been in the league space. But Dokla might be probably my favorite player that I've watched during my era. Just in terms of personality. Liked him because obviously, he started on my team with Optic. He went to your team and then ends up back at my team with 100 Thieves. But I've been there from the start of like his rise in career in North America. So for whatever reason, I just connect with like, I don't know. I like it. He has no personality. Nox, you need to hang around more Indian people. He has that dry Indian sense of humor that I see in a lot of people in our area.
I mean, he is funny, but it definitely would be. I think just trying to become Cadrill is too much.
You can't follow in Cadrill's footsteps. Like you have to do your own
Yeah.
unique thing, and if it goes from there, it goes from there.
It's like the people saying they're gonna be the next Pat McAfee of League, But it's like, and so they do the same style show Pat does, but you do have to have crazy charisma to be able to stand and talk about something for 2 hours a day.
Yep.
And you have to have the people. Like you have to have more than just you to talk about all that stuff because when you're doing 2 hour content like that, you can't possibly actually just talk about the thing. Now, Cadrill runs solo. I don't know how he does it for as long as he does it, but he does drag in a lot of people into Discord calls, and you genuinely have to do that stuff.
Yep.
Because if you don't have other people in there, like, you can't genuinely just sit there, just you, and think up talking points for that long, unless, you happen to be watching League back to back to back to back games. But not that many games happen all the time, all year. So it does make it difficult.
I got the perfect way to end this stream or end this podcast in particular. How about we end it how we kind of did in the middle? Let's go out with our man himself. In his words, not mine. Bollywood Bin is back with his morning video out in China. Let's see what he has to say, and we end it. And I'm gonna end the stream immediately afterwards. Anything you want to say before I let it go?
No.
All right, let's see what Bollywood Bin has to say.
Ni hao, Dokla here. I didn't sleep so good last night. I ended on a loss,
crazy,
so
bro.
that was really hard for me to deal with mentally. I just want to give my thoughts on playing against top esports. I think it's pretty rigged on how we're getting the easiest path to make it out of Swiss. So I don't really know how I feel about it for the other teams that face us, but it is what it is. But anyways, I got the hardest part of my day coming up. I got legs at the gym, so I gotta go, guys. See ya.
It's leg day, bro. It's leg day. That's it.
That's crazy work. Ni hao is nuts. That's crazy work. And saying I ended on a loss, can't sleep. That's a wild. Maybe he is the next Cadrill. Screw it. He could be.
Oh God.
Delivery was so good.
It was so dry. It's the perfect level of dry.
So good.
Oh man.
Oh man.
All right, that's it for us. Anything else?
No, I mean that's really it. Just go watch your what's he called himself? Bollywood Bin.
Hollywood Bin.
That's so nuts. I wish him well. Honestly, I hope they beat Top so bad. It'd
So
be
do I.
so
Oh
funny.
god. Oh god, dude, it'd be so. Oh, I cannot
If
wait.
he actually goes the whole way, like call himself Bollywood Bin, I'll be dead, bro. So dead.
Oh man. All right, I gotta go prep my
Oh.
spot on the couch for tonight since I'm sleeping out there to watch the series at 4 a.m.
Yup.
I'll see you all.
That's dedication to the craft.
Gotta do it. All right, I'll catch you all later.